Hey folks, it's Kimberly Crow, and we are back with another episode of Entrepreneur Experts Cafe. This time I have Julia Gold. She's amazing. You're going to love her. She is an executive coaching expert. So for all of you out there at corporate, this is this episode for you. Julia, share with us what made you become an executive coaching expert.
Yes, absolutely. So I actually started out as a trauma therapist, and I was doing a lot of leadership work with nonprofits and other therapists as they were trying to get into supervision or getting their license. And then I realized there were a lot of leadership challenges throughout all of these organizations where people were not being productive at all. They were leaving the jobs, and our community was suffering because of the leadership there.
So the people were not being able to excel and they were getting stuck. And then the leadership was actually suffering because of that as well. Interesting. So was this, you said in my community, was that in a company or in like a neighborhood?
Yeah, so both. So when the leadership was poor, the people that were hired started losing their focus. They stopped really caring. They were just getting through the day until they could find another job. And then the community that we're serving, what in our role, wasn't getting the best, right, from the staff. So that was, I figured I could really help many businesses versus being in just one, because this was such a common issue that I discovered.
Well, great. When clients come to you then, are the clients in leadership, or are the clients usually people who want to get into leadership?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So I actually work with both. I work with companies so that leadership would bring me in if there's leadership challenges, relational challenges between managers and staff, team issues, hiring issues. And I also work with people wanting to transition to a leadership role, or they've been in one for 30 years, but something's not working anymore.
All right. And then when you come in, what shifts for you? What are you seeing most of the mistakes being made that are right there, right in front of you? And what shifts for you when you get when you get into sort of the weeds with them?
Yeah, absolutely. So with a company, it's usually the relationships, how they're talking to each other, micromanaging or not having no appreciation for their staff at all, versus having a very positive culture where there's such a great relationship and people are told when they're doing really well. And individually, what shifts is usually they're not, something's not connected. Either they're not connecting with their purpose, or they're running after their career, so they have no free time, versus the career is just a way to supplement the life that you really want to be living.
Oh, I totally agree. This is really powerful stuff. All right. So if I'm in a leadership position, or I want to get in a leadership position, or I have been hearing complaints about my company's leadership, how can I get a hold of you to help us?
Absolutely. So there's two ways. One, you can look for my company, Hopeful Bluebird Consulting, on LinkedIn and send me a direct message. Or you can just email me, which is hopefulbluebird7, which is the number, @gmail.com. And that way I can set up a consult.
I love this name, Hopeful Bluebird. Where did that come from?
Yeah, just kind of reimagining life, right? So when you're in a really bad, toxic situation, you want to kind of soar. And I just moved to Colorado when I was doing this, and Bluebird days when we're out there having fun. And so I just put the two together.
What a delight. Okay, well, it seems like it would be a delight to work with you, and you could really change the face of a company and their leadership, which also changes the atmosphere in the company and, as you say, the community as well. Super glad you're out there doing what you're doing. And before we let you go, any final words for our crew?
Yeah, just kind of reflect on where you are, and are you living the life that you really want to live, where your career is a plus. It's not dictating what you should be doing. So just kind of reflecting on the purpose and clarity with what you do your job.
I love that. All right, Julia, thanks so much for hanging out with us today. I really appreciate you carving time out of your very busy schedule to be with us. And for you folks out there, we'll see you next time. I'm Kimberly Crow. Cheers.